Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
I think it's pretty simple. The message here is stop leaning out over the plate. Well, pitcher's got to be able to work inside, so that's just a reminder there.
And a good pitch there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the ball game. And a look now at the batting order for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. Steve, what do they have to do to take down a very hot team here on the road?
Well, the wind is blowing in today, so you're not going to see a lot of long drives. Focus on hitting the ball on a line and on the ground to score your runs today.
Jonathan Villar will take his first swings here, and as you can see, not a lot going right for him offensively here in this first month of the year. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. Figure we'll probably see a heavy dose of that sinker here tonight.
It's really a pitch you'll lean on it, especially when he needs that ground ball, but even in situations like this where he's just trying to get ahead.
Nope, and he misses with it 1-1.
Ooh, you might have felt the squeeze on that one. That might just change the whole complexion of the at-bat.
And no complaint about that one. That's a strike, and it's 1-2. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Ricky Holiday.
Well, kind of strangely, Holiday has a bit of a reputation for rewarding the high strike. You know, and that can really upset the hitter sometimes because the pitcher isn't usually trying to throw it there. So we'll see if any of that shows up.
And he takes strike 3 called, and it's a pair of punch-outs that begin the ball game. And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, one thing we're not going to see today, errors. This team has the fewest errors in all of baseball. They're athletic, they move around, and they can catch the ball.
Ryan Braun gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. First offering on its way. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Just getting things underway here at Wrigley. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. In the dirt, but swung on and missed. Montero gathers. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So a fairly painless top of the first. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Zach Davies, a Washington-born right-hander, gets the starting assignment. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, this is a starting pitcher that has an ERA of under 1. Probably not going to see a lot of offense in this one.
Well, there you see Dexter Fowler as he'll be the one to commence the action in the bottom half of the first. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. And EK, as we take a look at the Brewers entering play here tonight, they'll look to make it 3 straight here as they come in on the heels of 2 straight wins.
They just came off a 500 homestand, which not really what you're hoping for. This next stretch of road games, not going to be a picnic either, so this could be a critical point in the season. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. This is pulled into right. Santana is there, 1 away. And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. Steve, what's the key for them to continue this winning streak?
Well, Matt, this team has elite speed, so all you have to do is keep the ball on the ground, focus on hitting line drives, and play small ball.
Jorge Soler will stand in, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. Into the windup and the pitch. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1.
That first pitch is going to be key all night long. If he gets ahead early with the fastball, that's when he can get tough to figure out, especially with the arsenal that he has.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And just past his outstretched glove into left, a base hit.
Oh, and that's a good sign right there. They're really hoping to get him going out of that 2 spot. And he comes through big time right here with a first-inning single.
Ben Zobrist gets his first try now, and he's seen that average climb the last week or so. Over to the bag and a dive, but he's back. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Runners on first with 1 down. There's a belt-high strike to even the count at 1-1. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Now maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
You can see where they want to go to try and get him out. A lot of pitches in on the hands in this sequence. They don't want him to be able to extend.
And that is in there at the letters to run it full. 3-2. 3-2, 1 out. You got him running at first.
First inning? Yeah, why not?
Runner goes for second. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. He's set. Here's the 3-2. But he won't draw a throw. That's taken for ball 4, and it's first and second now with 1 away.
Batting fourth, first baseman,
Anthony Rizzo will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. And this is low, ball one. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. And this one's on the inside corner, 1-1. Runners are at first and second with one away. And that's in there, base hit. Around third and being waved on home. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Well, there you go. Just more of the same right here. You know, one of the hallmarks of this winning streak is that they've been able to get on the board first quite a bit. And they keep it going here as he drives in the run to make it 1-0.
Chris Bryant will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively.
Oh, I'll tell you, no hitter wants to go through a streak like this. Already the numbers don't look very good, and now he's hitless in his last 10.
Here's the first pitch to him. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy two. On to Carter. It's a double play, and the inning is over. 2 hits in the inning lead to a run for Chicago. Second inning coming up here at Wrigley. It's the Cubs 1 and the Brewers nothing. Jonathan Lucroy makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
Jonathan Lucroy.
Sinker to open the AB in there for strike one.
Oh, yeah, that's the pitch right there. If he keeps that sinker to the outside part of the plate, he's going to do just fine. If that thing flattens out just a little bit, or if he gets it towards the middle of the plate, it's going to be a long game.
And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now this is up and in, and I don't think he likes that location much. It's ball one.
He did not like that one bit. You know, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Breaks his bat as this one's popped up, and he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first down.
And on a night when the temperature is in the 40s, this one's going to sting for a while. No doubt about that.
Chris Carter comes forward, hoping to get it going at the plate. Only 1 hit in his last 4 ball games. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Carter will head for second. And he is in there safely with their first hit so far, a 1-out double.
Well, this guy's been in desperate need of anything, something. Give him something positive. So this is just what the doctor ordered. It's a mistaken location, no doubt about that. But when a guy's scuffling, this is like a gift from heaven, as he jumps all over it and drives it for 2 bases.
So here's Aaron Hill, as he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. On to first, and Hill is a ground out victim. 2 away now.
All right, now you're looking at no way for them to manufacture a run, really. There's a guy on third now, but 2 outs. That really wasn't all that helpful.
So striding in, Ramon Flores, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Scorched to third. Bryant is up with it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Milwaukee leaves 1. It remains 1-0. Kyle Schwarber will stand in, and you can see that early season average up into the high 300s now.
And that is huge for him, too. This is a contract year for him, so he'd love to take those great numbers straight to the negotiating table.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0.
Well, that's a good thing that pitch was above the strike zone, because a few inches lower, and that ball's right in his wheelhouse.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Oh, a very hittable pitch, too. That's a middle-of-the-plate fastball, and he's not going to get away with too many of those tonight.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. 1-2. Here it comes. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Back goes Braun. Still going back. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo shot here to left. 8th home run on the season for him, as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
About the only silver lining to this one from a defensive point of view is it came with the bases empty leading off an inning. You can survive it when this guy's hitting solo shots, but if he's doing this with 2 or 3 men on base, then things can really get out of hand in a hurry.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. That batting average still well up there to begin play. 5 homers and 14 driven in. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
And he watches this one in there for a high strike. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Santana sprinting after it. He's there and records the first out. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the Brewers defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, Ryan Braun has always been known as one of those power hitters. But he's also got a power arm and can cover some ground in that outfield. Very reliable, plays a smart defensive outfield. Always an asset in any game.
Addison Russell will dig in now. Off to a slow start, as you see there. Just barely over the 200 mark here in April. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Inside with the breaking ball. 2-0.
And this is what you got to do up there, Steve. You got to wait him out.
Yeah, and if you can lay off the off-speed stuff, that's when you're going to get your fastball to hit.
Three and 0 now.
And this is just a guy that's going to be happy to take a walk, so I'm a little bit surprised that they haven't challenged him a little bit more from the mound.
And he misses here for ball 4. Already 2 walks surrendered in his first couple of innings of work.
This is where you can get a sense for a young guy's character out there. You know, okay, he got a raw deal on a couple of those calls, but some guys get angry, some get motivated. Others, they just go into a shell. We'll have to see how he responds.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Kyle Hendricks comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Flores moves over, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Well, the only good news that comes out of this at-bat is that he stayed out of the double play. Other than that, this at-bat really didn't achieve a whole lot.
Dexter Fowler stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat. And he'll get back in safely.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
Runners off for second. Pitch inside the throw. And he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Cubs get a run here thanks to this solo home run. We've played 2. It's now 2-0 Chicago. Yadier Rivera will dig in now, and he's got to be wondering when his bat's going to make the trip north from spring training, as he has really struggled in the early going. First pitch on its way. Now a fastball to start the third. That misses. It's ball 1. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he lays off upstairs, but it's ruled a strike, and he can't believe it. 1-2.
Well, he's been in a tough stretch offensively, and this sure ain't going to help.
Drilled down the line. That gets through, and he'll start the inning off with a base hit. The throw into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
An ideal start to the inning here out of the number 8 spot. He's into second on the double. Now you've got your pitcher due next, so you can either put the bunt on, or they could even think about showing bunt, draw the corners in, and then letting him swing away.
The pitcher, Zach Davies, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And he'll try and get his man to third here as he puts this one down. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
The right fielder, number 16.
Domingo Santana will dig in for a second time. A strikeout victim opening up the ball game.
Yeah, as bad as he looked on that breaking ball, his first at-bat, he's going to see nothing but breaking balls in this one.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. 1 out and a runner on second base. Here's his swing, and just foul, says the umpire, and he was right on that one. Here's the 0-2. On the ground to third. Bryant's got it. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Well, you know, sometimes when it's so cold out there and your fingers get just a little bit numb, it's not always easy to grip the baseball. And this is a throw that he should be able to make, but you know the conditions out there aren't exactly ideal.
Stepping in now, Jonathan Villar, as he swings at the first pitch and lifts a fly ball out to left field. Schwarber comes on now and puts it away for the second out of the inning.
The left fielder, number 8, Ryan Braun.
Ryan Braun stands in with 2 on and 2 out here in the third.
And you know, some guys just get better with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. This is a big at-bat for him right here, even though it's still early.
Swing and a liner. Foul. 2 down, runners at first and second. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while, and when he does, you can forget it.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1 and 2.
Still now on 1 and 2, you don't have to make the perfect pitch out there. The count is still well in your favor on the mound.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. Back with more here on a Tuesday night after this. Dexter Fowler digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
In there at the knees as he authors a strike to the leadoff man, 0-1. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Tap foul at home plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Grounded to the right. Rivera comes up with it, and he's set down, 1 away.
Now batting, right fielder, Jorge Soler.
Jorge Soler strides in after getting a base hit and later scoring the first time around.
Well, and everyone knows he's slumping right now, so we'll see if that got him going.
Dribbled back toward the mound. Throw gets him, 2 down.
And that's a good guy to take care of on one pitch, especially on a swing like that.
Into the box, Ben Zobrist. He drew a walk his first time up. And a high strike there, 0-1.
And this would be a good bounce back inning for him. He's looked a little shaky here in these first few innings, so a 1-2-3 inning would be just what the doctor ordered.
And there's ball 1. One and 1, here it comes. Circle change here, but it's taken for ball 2.
Yeah, and on 2-1 right now, you gotta figure this guy's wound up for the fastball here. Maybe you come with the breaking ball here out of the zone and hope he goes after it.
Belted out toward deep center field. Flores racing back, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
First baseman number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo will get an opportunity here in a run-scoring spot now following the 2-out double.
And this is really where you earn your money. Runner on second, 2 outs. Let's see what he can do here.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Ball 1, no strike.
And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. For Zobrist, that gives him 5 doubles now on the year. The 1-0 delivery. 1-0 pitch is a circle change. It runs outside, 2-0. Another 2-0 count here to begin an at-bat.
Once or twice is a pattern. More than that is a trend. And he's just not going to have much success if he keeps falling behind every hitter.
Here it comes, 2-0. Over the outside half, and it's 2-1.
Gotta like the approach right here. He's basically saying, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to take it to left field, because I don't think he's going to give this guy anything he can pull.
Swinging a ball yanked down the right field line. And that's a fair ball heading out toward the 353 sign on the ivy. And the run is in to score from second. It's a 3-0 game. And he will pull into second with an RBI double.
Back-to-back doubles here, and maybe more damaging. Back-to-back 2-out doubles are going to get him a run. It looked like this inning was under control, but that's the kind of quick strike ability that these guys have.
Chris Bryant will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going. He's set. Here it comes. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, for Rizzo, that's now 7 doubles for him on the season. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Had him out in front there as he takes strike 1 on the circle change.
Even though that's a strike, that's still not a bad take because you're facing a guy that's already walked a few guys, so make him throw some more pitches. Run that pitch count up.
Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1 and 2.
And now here 1 and 2, this is where you need your best pitch. You've got to strand that runner out there at second base and keep the deficit just at 3.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. And this gets right through him, and that may be a run. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. That makes it a 4-0 ball game.
And after 3 straight 2-out hits, that's going to earn a visit from the pitching coach. You know, there's not a whole lot of guesswork as to what he's saying. It's just, look, all we need is 1 more good pitch from you to get out of this. I know you've got it in you.
Kyle Schwarber steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. Action in that Milwaukee bullpen now as a left-hander started to throw out there. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Pitch out. Nothing doing. A runner on first with 2 away. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
Now a cut fastball finds the target. 2-1. Oh, he wanted that one, but it misses for ball 3. A lot of deep counts for these guys early on.
And the more the better as far as they're concerned. They'd like to get him out of here as quick as they can.
Now a throw over to first, and the runner back. He's set. Here's the 3-1. Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw on to Carter gets him to retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 3 innings complete. Cubs lead it 4-0. Leading off the inning, Jonathan Lucroy, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you know, they've fallen behind by quite a bit in the early going here, so they need a good inning here to get them back in the game.
Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike 1. Swing and a ball pulled foul into the lower level and left. And the sinking fastball called strike 3, and that's out number 1.
And I'll tell you what, he's throwing with a lot of confidence right now. And he's also taking some chances with location. He's thinking he's bulletproof out there, and so far he has been.
Chris Carter walks into the box, reached base with a double his first time up.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. This is line to left, and that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller,
Now
the
batting,
thought is that you've got to
third
get out
baseman,
there and hit the ball before it sinks. So that means if you're a right-handed hitter, you got to jump out there and pull it. And that's exactly what he did.
Aaron Hill stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
Well, I think it was a sinker that he rolled over last time up, and he's probably going to see that same pitch again. You got to wait for a mistake up in the zone against a guy like this.
And here's a fastball called for strike one.
Well, he gets ahead of another hitter there, and I'm told he's thrown a first pitch strike to around 90% of the batters he's faced so far, and that's pretty amazing.
This is skied into the air to straightaway center. There to take it is Fowler as that becomes out number 2.
That ball was
Now
hit
batting,
well, and it might have been a different
center
story if
fielder,
he pulled it.
Ramon
Instead, he hit it to the big
Flores.
part of the ballpark, and he's retired.
Settling in now, Ramon Flores. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Hit hard up the middle. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
Yeah, really not a bad pitch when you look at it.
Second
This is
baseman,
at the knees with some movement. He just uses the center of the diamond and checks in here with a base hit.
Into the box now, Yadier Rivera, chopped weakly to the left. On to first, and the Brewers are turned away as the inning is over. Brewers strand a couple. They trail here 4-0. Miguel Montero is set to lead us off in the home
Leading
half
off
of
the
the
fourth
fourth
inning.
inning.
Well, guys, they jumped out to that big lead early on in this game, but you really can't get comfortable. You have to keep putting pressure on.
Bottom 3 in the batting order here as the first pitch misses to the number 7 hitter. It's ball 1.
And for that guy right there, this is going to be an important inning. He's already given up 4 runs through 3. And you know, they need to get a minimum of 5, hopefully 6 innings out of him. So he needs to show something right here.
And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Oh, high, deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A long home run. Miguel Montero, a solo home run. 6th home run on the season for him. And the Cubs have now opened this up to a 5-0 lead.
Well, this is the chance you take when you work up in the zone like this. I mean, this is right in his happy zone, and he jumps all over it and sends it right over the wall.
Now batting.
Here's Addison Russell.
Shortstop, Anderson. Russell.
As he'll go after the first pitch and send a ground ball down to third. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
Pitcher, Kyle Hendricks.
Kyle Hendricks digs in with 1 run in and 1 gone in the inning. First pitch of the at-bat. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
And even though that is a strike, it's okay. These guys have been really patient at the plate. They've had a good game plan up there, and it's worked out for them so far.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Yeah, kind of a late decision to swing there. Even if he hits that thing, that might just be a routine fly to right.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Hot shot to third. Hill is there. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
The center fielder, number 24, Dexter Fowler.
Dexter Fowler will step in. He's lined out and grounded out in 2 trips.
He seems to be seeing the ball okay, though, making some decent contact so far.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here it comes, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. We played 4. It's the Cubs 5 and the Brewers nothing. Hernan Perez will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 15, Hernan Perez.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Now a swing, and he pops it foul behind the plate. 1 away.
And sometimes this is all you have to do. Throw a ton of strikes and keep the ball in the yard. It's worked for him so far.
Domingo Santana steps in. He was able to reach base thanks to an error in his last at-bat.
Yeah, still looking for his first hit of the game, so let's see if he can come through with that one right here.
First pitch is a changeup for a called strike. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. Smoke toward third. Right to Bryant. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Well, that's a nice job right there to readjust to that curveball. I don't know if he was sitting on it or what, but he certainly hit it hard. Unfortunately for him, right at someone.
Jonathan Villar will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. First delivery to him on the way. Starts him out with a changeup for a strike.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
The windup and the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Lined hard toward right center. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
He's gotten off to a really slow start here in April. Or maybe this can help him snap out of it. That's a sharp single there.
Ryan Braun will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, it wasn't working. But I think if you start worrying too much about trying to avoid the hat trick or worse, it'll start becoming a mind game, and you'll start falling into some pretty bad habits.
Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
And at least he's taken a few pitches here. You know, that's more than the rest of these guys can say.
This one misses, and that'll fill the count here. 3-2 with 2 away.
And now the benefit of you working the count to 3-2 is that runner gets a head start from first with 2 away.
In the air to straightaway right. Soler is over. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Brewers strand 1. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Chris Capuano is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Jorge Soler will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
And here's a fastball that time from Capuano. Good pitch, and it's strike 1. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Capuano's ready. 1-1 on its way. High in the air out to center field. Moving under it, Flores. 1 out.
The second baseman, number 18, Ben Zobrist.
Into the box now, Ben Zobrist. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit up in the zone, and he didn't miss it. He'll be looking for it again right here.
And this is taken outside for ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
Here he comes on 2-0. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Now that he's worked it to 3-0, he's got a couple of free pitches here to pick out one he really likes.
And he gets the call there. 3-1.
That's a 2-seam fastball right there. It looks to the hitter like it's going to be inside, and then it tails back to the inside corner of the plate.
And the count will be full. Grounded to third. Right to Hill. Throw gets him at first, and Capuano's got it working here. There are two away.
First base.
Well, he really bunched him up on that two-seam fastball right there. It's not a very confident swing either, and the result, just an easy ground ball.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 2 out, nobody on. And he gripped that one a bit too tightly as it broke down and just about got him.
Nothing wrong with that. As much as it pains me to say, pitchers have the right to work inside.
And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
And that pitch is only 89 miles an hour. You know, that's not the hardest fastball you're ever going to come across, but it's the command and the two-seam movement that makes that a tough pitch to hit.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they hold a 5-0 lead. Jonathan Lucroy will stride in as he'll be tasked with starting out things in the Brewers half of the 6th.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, so just chip away, chip away.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Hit in the air to shallow center. Fowler on the run, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Back into the stretch for him again as we take a look at his line so far. It's almost like he's kept that shutout going with smoke and mirrors because he's definitely given up his share of base runners. They just haven't amounted to anything so far.
Now in the box, Chris Carter. He singled his last time up. Swing and a miss on the sinker. 0-1.
All right, leadoff man on first. Here's where you got to start clawing your way back into this ball game. It's not too late, but it needs to start happening soon.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. No runs on 6 hits and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
And all through this winning streak of theirs, we've seen some great starting pitching, and this has been another very good performance. Good enough to most likely keep that winning streak going.
Aaron Hill will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. From the stretch. Ooh, started him with the change, and it's 0-1. For that man right there, you need look back only to his last start to see a performance like the one he's shown here so far.
And well on his way to another great outing. And that's what you get when you mix your speeds and throw a lot of strikes.
Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first here, 1 man out. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. This is hit high in the air and pretty deep down the left field line. Schwarber giving chase. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Now batting.
And into his 6th inning of work now. Let's take a look at the breakdown for him so far.
Ramon Flores will dig in. 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. Here comes the first pitch. Now a sinker runs in on him a bit as he's got to step out of the way there. Line towards center field. In there, a base hit.
And even with our score where it is, I mean, this game is not over. You know, if they can chip away, maybe get a run or two here, they can get right back in this ball game before you know it.
Yadier Rivera will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1.
And for Milwaukee, this is a spot where you really need that one key hit.
Fastball called for strike 2.
No taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
Hits are even at 7 apiece. Bottom dropped out on him, and that's a strikeout. And that ends the inning. Brewers strand a couple. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit. Chris Bryant gets things started here in the 6th for the hometown team.
Baseman, Chris Bryant.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Ball.
1-1.
1-1.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Carter is there, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Now batting, left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the second inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And a good heater as he just watches this baby. A ball and a strike. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
Lays off the fastball low, and it goes to 2 balls and a strike. Slider can't find the zone here, and he's behind now 3-1. Miguel Montero waits on deck. And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
And for as hot as this guy's been recently, this is a no-brainer. Take the bat out of his hands any chance you get.
Striding into the box, Miguel Montero. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Remember that he hit a changeup, so it will be interesting right here to see if they just stick with hard stuff.
Inside with the fastball, it's 1-0.
When you're already down 5, the last thing you want to do is keep falling behind guys.
And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Too high, and it's 3-0.
He's definitely looking fastball there, and you know, he got one, but good recognition not to go up and chase it.
Capuano pauses, needs a strike here on 3-0, and he misses again, ball 4, and that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Now batting, shortstop,
Addison Russell will step in, a ground-out victim as last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1.
That man's got to be thinking, enough with the walks. Can't anybody throw a strike?
Low and away as he misses again, 2-0. Eric, what are you looking for here?
It's a fastball count, but he doesn't always play by the rules out there, so this could very well be a slider or something away. So in other words, I have no idea.
There's a strike. It's 2-1.
That might take the anxiety away for the moment, but he's going to need a couple more here to prove to himself that he's not losing it.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Well, you could see his mindset at the plate. He's thinking, I got to get out in front here. Try to pull something. Didn't really get a good pitch to do that, though. So he's going to have to go grab a seat.
Standing in now, Kyle Hendricks. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 men are on with 2 men out. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1.
Yeah, a good job here of working himself back into a hitter's count, especially with 2 men on base in front of him.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Fastball here.
I think it has to be. You're licking your chops if you're the hitter. 3-1. You can't walk the bases loaded. Bail and wail.
That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2. A swing and a foul tip, but held onto behind the plate, and they're going to get out of danger here as the strikeout will end the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts keep them out of danger. On to the back third tonight. Stick around on the show. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front, and before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Michael Reed is moving about in the on-deck circle now, so that'll officially do it for Capuano.
Michael Reed.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Well, he started off this way, and he continues on. He's throwing first-pitch strikes to 80% of the batters he's faced, and we're late in this ballgame, and that's why he's on top.
A little bouncer, but it gets foul. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
Not only has he rung up a lot of strikeouts, but he still hasn't walked a batter to this point. So his control has been really, really spot on so far.
In now, Domingo Santana. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1.